Okay.
Last
5 minutes of fun.
Alrighty.
If I lose track, it'll be 6 minutes.
So my first question is, since Robin definitely has gone through a lot of different transformations and everything, what do you think has been his biggest moment, biggest transformation so far playing the character?
His biggest transformation so far was, I feel, definitely getting accepted into the Teen Titans. And truly, that was like a truly identifying point where he has accepted that he has made a transformation towards the towards the lighter side, and focusing on the justice, not vengeance. Because before, he was telling himself that, but not all the time did he truly believe it.
Yeah.
When he first started playing in the Teen Titans and Justice League vs. Teen Titans, he had become to accept himself as part of that justice role, and learning to become part of a bigger family. And he's definitely much more trusting of others now in this one, Judas Contract. And Damian, being on both sides, he's now able to easily be perceptible of who's on which side of the spectrum.
Okay.
And he catches Tara right off the bat.
Okay.
The new one in the group. He notices how she's being more isolationist towards the group and not really sharing her feelings. She's pushing other people away, not in control of her powers. And Damian has now, being a part of the Teen Titans, he feels more of a duty to try to help her, because he sees a little bit of his former self, his former more violent self in her, or at least the one who was a little bit more sarcastic. I mean, Damian's still, a brat. You can't exactly take that away from him, but at the same time, he has learned to govern himself in a sense, and he wants to try to help Tara, so does the rest of the Teen Titans. But of course, Damian will do something interesting with it, like stalking her through the city with his watchful eyes. But ultimately, at this point, since that transformation of being a part of the Teen Titans, he has always had good intentions in the end.
So with playing the character the number of times you have, what's been your biggest challenge in playing the character so far?
Biggest challenge in playing the character, I guess, was learning to, at least in the beginning, was learning how to be a brat. Because, while it is very fun to play that, there's this conditioning they have, like when you're at home and everything, that, you can't be a brat. You're supposed to, be a good person, share with others and everything. So, but it was exhilarating stepping outside the comfort zone and learning how to play that character, because we're actors. We're supposed to learn how to play on multiple sides of the spectrum and learn how to step out of our comfort zones. Yeah.
Okay. And my last question is, without giving anything real major away, how does the experiences in this film change him for better or for worse?
At this point in the team, he has become much more, there's still occasional power struggles and confrontations between him and the other teammates, but ultimately by the end, he has learned to become more trusting and more accepting of his role in the Teen Titans and stepping down from the leadership for once, because he's always felt like, he's in control, he's the badass, he's the one who gets things done, compared to the rest of, like what he said in the other one, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, a team is a whole bunch of bumbling, squabbling idiots who don't get anything done, why he prefers to work alone. And at this point, he has learned what teamwork can truly do. Yeah.
Since you play this character so much, do you ever look at the scripts or try to give notes and say, I think this is what Damian would do in this situation?
Sometimes yes, but most of the time, the director and I agree a lot on how Damian would act in certain situations, and I have Wes to thank a lot for that. Wes and Andrea Romano for helping me take Damian to the next level and learning how to figure out how to add unique quirks to Damian, and at the same time keep him to that lovable asshole that everyone loves.
So how many times, as you've been recording the character Robin, have you just wanted to just scream at him and just be like, just don't do it, what are you doing? Stop it.
Sometimes, yes, I do find myself doing that, but at the same time, since I don't, do those kinds of things, I have this lurking thought in the back of my mind, like, okay, what's going to happen now? I'm really curious as to what's going to happen, what this guy's going to do.
Have you ever thought like, oh my gosh, if my mom caught me doing this, Lord have mercy?
Yes, I have got those things like, yeah, I would not want to be me with my mother if I were Damian. Other questions?
So what's the hardest part of doing what you do?
The hardest part, I guess, is definitely learning to conserve your voice and keep the stamina going. Because I'm 18. I'm still playing a 14-year-old, which is good because I started Damian when he was 10 and I was 14, and Warner Brothers has actually most voiceovers they don't really do this, but Warner Brothers has allowed the character to age with me slowly through the series. So we've been able to see him through multiple stages, and it's prolonged my ability to play Damian and bring him to life. And and I guess just the challenging part is just to keep that preservation. It's not super challenging though because I've had a slow puberty, so I was able to learn how to control my voice at a younger age and play those 12-year-old roles. I mean, I still play a 12-year-old on the Cartoon Network show Transformers, which is pretty cool since I'm 18.
Great job on the Transformers cartoon. So, in real life, what would you rather? Would you rather be a superhero or would you rather have an Autobot as a car?
It's a tough choice. It's tough, but I would rather be the superhero who would not need the car. I mean, the car is always cool to have, and the robot and the robots and everything. But being able to do things yourself and say that you're in control is pretty exciting.
Are you going to school now, or what's going on?
I'm going to be going to college soon. I'm going to stay local, definitely, so I can keep doing things like this. But I'm going to try to go to a school to teach me how to work on both sides of the entertainment industry, because I want to work on the business side and on the production side of it. Working, on camera, back camera, and doing the financial stuff of it too.
Are you directing and writing and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, so it'll be a fun experience.
How is doing this job different from doing the Transformers? Do you work with anyone else on Transformers? I'm assuming you're both by yourself on this one.
Yeah. In Transformers, unlike Batman versus Robin, not Batman versus Robin, just the Batman and Robin and the DC universe. We get more one-on-one personal attention with the director, which is cool. It's more one-on-one attention. You get to really kind of pick with the character and learn to play with them a little bit more. But the benefits of the other, like what I do on Transformers, is that everyone's in the room. So it's always super fun being able to bounce our lines off each other and come up with new and interesting ways to make the show funny and add little quirks with it too. There's more consultation, and it's also just plain fun. Getting to see the other actors a lot more often too.
Does that benefit your performance more than just trying to wing it with the director? Imagining the other person's
No. I think that as an actor, you are supposed to learn how to work on both sides of it, and learn to be flexible. And the one-on-one attention with the director usually fills in for that. There's both. They both ultimately accomplish the same goal. It's just one has a bit more, just a bit more people in it. Any other questions? Or?
Would you consider yourself more of, I guess, a Transformers fan or a Disney fan, if at all, going into these?
I like both, just plain and simple. I loved Transformers since I was a kid. I've always loved to play with the little transforming bots and everything. But at the same time, I also love the DC universe and the concept of superheroes and other worlds and everything. It's just really fun.
What was the first Batman movie that you saw?
First Batman movie I saw was, I think it was The Dark Knight, the second one, the one with Christopher Nolan. Really, really good. Loved.
So you weren't exposed to the earlier.
No, I wasn't. Not really. I regret to say that. I wasn't really exposed to the DC universe before I really became Damian. As I started doing Damian, I began to learn more about the DC universe and did a lot more research with it. And it's just been a fun ride with it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Done.
everybody.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Go back and take.